Hey guys, this is the Disney Dude, and welcome back to the Weekly Disney, my weekly Disney news show where I talk about everything related to Disney. And I am your host, the Disney Dude, and today we'll be starting off with the news. So, we have just learned about Star Wars Galaxy's Edge that, oh, by the way, Star Wars Galaxy's Edge is going to be in both Hollywood Studios in Walt Disney World and Disneyland Park in Disneyland, California. So, we have just learned about Star Wars Galaxy's Edge that there will be no branding whatsoever. Like, you know how you're in a normal Disney theme park and you see, like, Coca-Cola or Visa at a cash register? There's going to be none of that. To make you completely immersed in the universe of Star Wars, there will be no branding at all. Like, they may have Coke products, but it may be a different name. No one knows. No one knows how they'll do checkout because how are people supposed to know whether they accept Visa or not? They probably do because, well, they're Disney and they're a big corporation, but there's just going to be no branding at all. And also, outside of the land, outside of the Star Wars land, there will also be no Disney or Star Wars merchandising. Like, all the Star Wars merchandise, not even, like, actual Star Wars branded merchandise, like, you know, with the whole Star Wars logo and everything, like, you won't see a little copyright sign with a Star Wars logo on it. You're supposed to be in a village on Batuu, which is where Star Wars Galaxy's Edge is, the planet of Batuu, and you're at the Black Spire Outpost, where there's traders and stuff, and the merchandise is supposed to be like, looks like it was homemade. Like, it doesn't look like that it was mass-produced, like you would normally see in Disney merchandising, but it's going to be all completely immersive, no branding at all. You won't see any other Disney branding you won't see the Disney branding inside of the park, inside of the land. Like, you won't see the Disney logo, you won't see anything of the sort. All branding that you would normally see in a Disney park is gone. Poof. Never existed. You are fully immersed in the land of Star Wars, which I like, but I want to know where my Coke products are. Because, well, I'm a Coke guy, and I want Coke. So, are they going to tell us what products are like substitutes for an actual product, or are you just going to have to figure out for yourself? Who knows? And I guess you're also going to have to figure out for yourself whether they accept Visa or not. I mean, it's probably pretty obvious, considering Disney and the fact that it's a major corporation, but, you know, they might not have Visa. You don't know. They might not accept Visa. It might be all cash, or they might substitute cash out for Star Wars credits or something. I don't know. Tell me what you think about that in the comments down below. Tell me how you think that this will work. Because I'm, like, completely baffled at this news. Because I don't know how they're going to build this land and have no branding in it whatsoever. I just think it's going to be very weird. Tell me what you think in the comments. And now, over the weekend, over Labor Day weekend, Spaceship Earth was shut down for a day. Now, there was fire trucks there on the scene, but Spaceship Earth was closed for almost a whole day. I think Disney said due to leakage, I think it was. Some people were speculating online that it was a fire because there was fire trucks there. Some people thought that there was a fire inside the ride, and so they had to close it down. But I think it was just a simple leakage. Leaks happen all the time. It's just a simple fix. I don't believe there was any fires in Spaceship Earth because I believe there would have been bigger news. So, Spaceship Earth is completely fine. It opened up normally the next day. like every other day. But tell me what you think it was in the comments. I firmly believe that there was no fire, but maybe you want to think there was a fire. Maybe you want to think Disney is very bad with their rides and whatever, or just deal with the fact that it was probably just leaks. But there is a scene in Spaceship Earth, even though I don't believe it was a fire, there is a scene in Spaceship Earth where they have like a little fire. It's because Spaceship Earth is going through time, you're gonna need a fire at some point. So if there's some places with fire, or at least incenses in there, I'm not sure. But I think it at least smells like there's a fire in there. Which, if it's not a fire, well then they do a very darn good job of making you think that there's a fire somewhere. But yeah, tell me what you think about Spaceship Earth closing down for a day. I personally believe that it's not a big deal, but maybe you want to think it's a big deal. Tell me what you think in the comments. Tell me, I covered in the last Weekly Disney episode that they might be updating Spaceship Earth. Tell me what you think of that in the comments as well. And we will be moving on to our next segment. And now it's rumor time. So there has been some rumors going around or making the rounds lately in Disney forums and whatever, that Michael Giacchino, very recent and very up-and-coming composer, and John Williams will be composing the music for Star Wars Land. Now, we don't know for sure that, because this is just a rumor, and it's in my rumor time segment, but we don't know for sure. It wouldn't be surprising if John Williams eventually did partner up with someone to do the music for Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, because when you think of Star Wars music, if you look at the credits, you think John Williams, who has a bunch of other credits as well. He has done the music for Jurassic Park, that very iconic theme, Jaws, Star Wars, Indiana Jones, E.T., you name it, he's probably done it. And Michael Giacchino is a very, he's a very up-and-coming composer, and he does a lot of stuff for Disney, doing a lot of composing for Disney, and I think it would be a very good pair-up to work on Star Wars Galaxy's Edge music, because you know how in Disney there's just like ambient music in places, like it's not blasting in your ears, but it's just like subtle ambient music in the background. You'll find it in every Disney park ever. You will not find a place that is not filled with music. So I think it's very good that Disney will be, or still just a rumor, but I think that it would be very good for John Williams to, kind of retire off in a big way, because after Star Wars Episode 9, he is retiring from doing Star Wars music, which is very sad, but I believe that he should just go off with a bang, doing the music for Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, and finishing off the music for Star Wars Episode 9. So yeah, tell me what you think of this rumor in the comments below. Tell me if you think it's true, what your thoughts on it are, and then, we'll be moving on to our next segment, the movie segment. And now for the movies. We are taking a trip into the movies and discussing the final trailer, now, word final, trailer for the Nutcracker and the Four Realms. Now, I have been covering this movie pretty extensively. It looks like a good movie, but it also looks very weird. I don't know how to explain it. It has Morgan Freeman in it. I think, I don't know. There might be some other big name stars in there, but the one I can think of off the top of my head is Morgan Freeman, who is a big name star. But yeah, they have just released at Disney Studios the last of the trailers that you will see for the Nutcracker in the Four Realms being released in November. Now, this is like the second to last film being released by Disney this year because, well, in December they have Mary Poppins Returns, which I am also excited for. There haven't been many trailers out for that yet, but it should be very good. But our focus today is on Nutcracker in the Four Realms. Tell me what you think about Nutcracker in the Four Realms, if you have seen all the trailers for it. And tell me whether you want to see it. Tell me whether you don't want to see it, if you don't want to see it. But yeah, it looks like a good live-action movie produced by Disney. It just looks very weird. I'll probably see it at some point. I don't know when. I don't know whether it'll be in theaters or not when I go and see it. But it just looks like a really strange movie, which is not out of the ordinary for Disney because Disney is always dealing with the strange-ish, kind of. They're always just dealing like weird topics, and this is among one of those weird topics. So yeah, Nutcracker in the Four Realms. Tell me what you think in the comments below. And so it's comments time. Now there haven't been many questions or comments lately, but if you have a question or have an opinion about the channel, about a movie, or blah blah blah, doesn't matter, the parks, or opinion, just share it in the comments. I'm happy to answer anything. But in this episode, we only have one comment, sadly, from the Bucks kid. The Bucks is a local NFL team. The Bucks kid says, asks, why do you have a YouTube channel? And the answer to that is, I was just like bored one day and I wanted to share my love for Disney, so I just went on my Google account and just I wanted to share my knowledge of Disney. I wanted to and I was like really bored and I wanted something to do, so I made the YouTube channel called The Disney Dude, and it's been that way ever since. Nothing. It's been over a year now. Since the Disney Dude channel has been launched, and now I'm making the Weekly Disney, and we're just doing really good over here. But yeah, the channel is doing fine, and I think this is a really weird question, but it's a very fair question. Why do I have a YouTube channel? Because I wanted to share my love of Disney and the news from Disney to everyone who wanted to watch it. So, that is the question for this week. And now to the poll. Now, if you don't know where the polls are when you watch these videos, they're in the little eye marker on the top right-hand corner of the screen. You'll see a little iCard, and or information card, and that's where you'll find the polls. The polls last week were the Country Bear Jamboree and the Enchanted Tiki Room. I personally voted for the Enchanted Tiki Room, but I was the only one who voted. So go out and vote for your favorite attraction, or if you don't like any of those attractions, I guess I could just put a none of the above answer if you don't want to answer the question. But yeah, I think one of the reasons nobody did the poll was because, well, maybe people just don't want to do the poll or want to waste their time doing the poll for some reason. I don't know. Or they just didn't know where the information card was, which is in the top right-hand corner. So when I do the polls, please answer them. I want to hear your favorite attractions and make your favorite attractions known. I'd love to hear your feedback. And so that concludes the Weekly Disney, and I really love doing this show. Tell me whether you like this show, if you like the format, and tell me whether I should keep going. Comment on all the things I asked you to comment on. Ask a question, opinion, or even the topics I asked you to comment on, I'll even answer those. But yeah, I could really use some more comments to put into my comment segments, so please just comment. If you don't want to make yourself known, I don't have to say the name of the user, or and just put it in the comment. Just say you don't want your comment to be known in the video. Just say that, and I'll honor that. But yeah, this has been the Weekly Disney. Like, share, subscribe. Share this video. Share the show. Comment down below. Do all that juicy stuff. And this has been the Disney Dude. The Weekly Disney is now finished. That's a